Boom. We're live. Good to go.
Class.
Right. What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 7 of the Bakery. Obviously, we've got the esteemed, champion here, SteVortex,
The Paris champ.
the Paris champ. Got his first chip of the year. I've got the same question I ask everyone, literally everyone. Do you know what?
Yep.
Before I ask that question, I've just realised, your room looks a little bit like
Red.
Rye Beams without the dodgy curtains.
My room, my room's been like this since I was 13.
Has it really?
It's
Yeah.
never changed.
Why
Like the
does it need to
curtains,
change? You don't look at anything but the monitor and it doesn't matter. That's all that
yeah,
matters.
the wall needs a lick of paint. Like it
You
really
reckon?
does. Big red wall, man.
Right. Question one, yeah. Same question. It's like my icebreaker for everyone. Right. But
Yep.
it helps me judge you as a person. I mean, obviously, I know you. Not the average person. Kind of a bit, bit of a pro here. But top 5 crisps and any order.
Oh fucking hell.
Yeah, mate. I have to know.
What like flavors or
Mate,
like?
yeah, just like flavors and
Okay.
brand. It could all be like the same. It could all be different flavors from one brand if you wanted. But I'd suggest not doing that because Mad
Yeah.
Cat said that Ready Salted were one of the best,
Whoa.
and I nearly lost my fucking mind.
Whoa, whoa,
Seeing that.
whoa, whoa. I think something like my taste buds change like a lot. But one flavor I've always liked and like never gone off or like is salt and vinegar.
Right. Okay.
I love salt and vinegar.
Okay.
Things
Okay.
I've been liking at the minute is like barbecue and like
Barbecue
roast.
what though?
Like bought some. I've just bought from some from the shop. Like I think they like barbecue ribs or something. And then there's
Yeah.
Pringle. I like the Pringles. Like just that flavor really. Um, roast chicken's nice.
Yeah.
Walker's roast chicken. Um,
No.
do like me quavers.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. This is a solid 4 out of 10 right now, mate. Not a fan. Not a
I
fan.
mean,
No.
it's a random question, man. I've
It's a
probably missed a lot.
Mate, you have to be like the preparation in mind. See, like I'm so passionate about my food. Like you could ask me any question about food, I can give you a very definite
You've got a
response.
list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like my mate, you forgot like the best. Like you know what I mean. Like what about snaps and like wheat crunchies, crispy bacon?
I
What
like crispy bacon.
what about pickle in your monster munch? Like
Not a big fan.
oh no,
Pickled
oh
onion.
no, 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 no. Sensations
Oh
as
wait,
well. Yeah,
sensations.
there
I
we
love
go.
sensations. There we go.
Sensations as
That's
well.
definitely on my list.
Yeah. Mate, do you not remember Transformer snacks? Remember going to school, you take £1 in the shop, you get 3
Mate,
bags of Transformer snacks?
nah. I don't have a
No!
clue.
Oh my god! You never got
I've
Transformers?
never.
Oh my fuck, I'm gonna cry. Really? What about
Oh,
Space Raiders?
I don't mind Space Raiders to be fair.
Yeah, that's
But
to be
I
fair.
used to get told my head looks like one, so I stopped eating them.
Up here in Newcastle, we do it different. It sounds like it, mate. It sounds like it. Right, okay. So, we'll get you some quality based questions.
Yeah.
So, obviously, well, number one, to start off, congratulations, man, on Paris. It's a big fucking win. And you're going up against fucking back-to-back champs. Do you know what I mean? So you've
Oh yeah.
definitely proved and cemented your place this year. Where did your journey begin? Like which
Ooh.
console did you start on? And I don't just mean COD, but like if you wanted to COD and gaming in general, where did your passion for gaming come from originally?
Passion for gaming probably came from COD, to be honest. I always had like the Nintendo DS's, PS2, stuff like that. But when I like started playing COD, not even competitively, just with my mates, that's when it like kicked off how like much I enjoyed it, and I played it a lot, man. Like Modern Warfare 2, that was my first COD. I played that like a lot. Like that's when I stepped my hours up,
Yeah,
like just wanting to play instead of going out with your mates. Like I would want to stay on and play COD with my mates. Like, I
yeah,
think that
yeah,
was a lot like that for a lot of people.
yeah. I feel that.
But yeah, mostly just COD. Like obviously I played FIFA and stuff all back in the day, but yeah, man. As soon as I like got Modern Warfare 2 about 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I've never like got bored of it
Yeah.
at all.
See, it was the same for me with Mod 2. Mod 2 was like my it was a COD I fell in love with. Do you know what I mean? I played a lot of COD 4
Mm.
because I think when COD 4 released, I was like 12. I might have been 12, going on 13, maybe 11, going on 12. I don't remember. Um, and it got released. I think COD 4 got released the same year the 360 got released, didn't it? Um,
Yeah, it did.
so I had both for Christmas, and I remember sitting on COD 4 and like being in love. And then I wasn't like competitive enough. I was like I just enjoyed pubs, and then like
Yeah,
Mod
for us.
Two kicked off like a whole competitive mindset for me. Um, I mean, like I said to you earlier before we started, man. Like my comp mind and the way I feel about the game has like completely dipped off over the years. So but yeah, for me, Mod Two was the one, man. So I can see where you're coming from. Which console did you start on? Have you like are you PlayStation?
Start,
Did you start with
started on
Xbox?
PS3, yeah, yeah,
PS3.
PS3. I picked up a Xbox 360, I think, the end of Black Ops 1, and I had both because like my mates were an even split.
Yeah,
But because when I started on PS3, it was fine. Like I had enough mates to play with back then, but most of my mates stopped playing on the PS3,
yeah.
and most of the people that still played COD had Xboxes, so I just got an Xbox 360 as well.
Yeah, I feel yeah. I used to. I started an Xbox like originally. Was on 360 for like. Well, I was on Xbox in general, Xbox One as well, till about 3 years ago, and then I got permabanned on Xbox 360 just before the Xbox One came out, and was permabanned for like. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be completely honest. Do you remember on Mod 2 when? I don't know if you remember this. I know I remember it. Do you remember when you used to get a random message from someone saying they could like put like points on your account,
Yeah,
like Microsoft points? Yeah, I,
yeah,
I was that little dickhead. So
yeah.
I used to send people like wide messages from all my recent players like, "Yo, guys, I can give you all like 4,000
What, to
fucking
give you
Microsoft
the
points."
details.
And then like that one poor little 11-year-old would give me their account details, and then I'd spend
Still
like
happen. Yeah,
yeah,
still
I'd
happens
spend
now. I
like
remember
60 quid.
Fortnite.
I'd spend like 60 quid on their mom's credit card. Do you know what I mean? It was
I
awful.
A couple of years ago, my girlfriend's brother, he was 11, and it happened to him. He lost his account. He's got money spent on his mom's credit card after he was going through it, man. Never seen an 11-year-old so
Yeah,
stressed, man.
yeah, it's awful, mate. I did it, yeah. Fucking, I literally ran through this kid's mum's credit card, and then I remember trying to get on my PlayStation the next day, and it said like blah 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 suspension, and it said that the date for my suspension I would be unbanned on the 30th of the 12th 9999. So in the year 9999, I'll be able to play.
Yeah,
But yeah,
keep
but but
passing your account details down the generations.
But the worst thing is, I actually bought like so I opened another account when Xbox One come out. I put about 8.5, 9 grand into the account, like through FIFAs and through whatever I bought, and then I got permabanned for telling someone to suck their mum. I got
You know.
permabanned again, so that's when I knew it was time to go. So I went straight to PlayStation, and I've been
Yeah.
PS for like what three and
Wait,
a half,
so
four
what
years
year?
now.
3.5 years. So
Yeah,
basically, when the CDBL came
yeah,
about.
pretty much. Like as COD came over, that's when I took the ban that
Yeah.
year, and then
Hmm.
I was playing on my brother's account on Xbox because obviously I couldn't get on otherwise. Um,
Yeah.
and I just took the option of right, fuck this, like I'll move on and go elsewhere. And I've realised this is by far the superior console. So I'm
It
glad
is
it
like
happened the way it has.
this generation. Obviously, I think everyone thinks 360 was probably better
Yeah,
than the PS3,
yeah, I
but this
agree.
is
To be
definitely
fair,
better than the Xbox One.
yeah, yeah, that's how I feel. I think the 360 was better than the PS3, but this blows the Xbox One. So right, so when did you know you wanted to be a professional within COD esports?
Um, Probably at the end of AW, I got a second place at a decent event amongst the EU teams, and a third place right at the end. And then I think it was like I was just turning 18, and at the time it wasn't CWL, it was like Gfinity events that were 18 restricted.
Yeah,
So I was always like I was looking forward to being able to play in them. But then CWL got announced after AW, and
yeah,
that's
yeah,
when I kind of knew like, oh, I could probably do this, yeah. And especially when I seen a salary coming in,
yeah.
it's at points of that year, like I knew.
Uh,
'Cause I was still in college. I'd literally just finished college and then placed fourth at champs.
yeah. Well, I can imagine, but the feeling was crazy. So, obviously, from the early days, I mean, you've been through Splice, Epsilon, what's the journey been like from the early days? Because I mean, you've done little stints here, there, and everywhere,
Oh,
haven't you? But what's the journey really been like? Obviously, leading up to winning, the chip this year with War.
well, I'll start with Splice, I guess, because that was the first team I got in with the CWL. That was my first salary. Um, I done well with them, but got dropped. That was the only team I've ever been dropped from.
Yeah,
After we got a
Who's
second
that
place as well,
Splice?
which was yeah, it
Yeah,
was a
it
bit of
was
a
you and
kick in the
Hawkey,
teeth.
wasn't it? I remember.
Me, yeah, yeah. Obviously joined that Exertus team that ended up coming fourth at champs under Fab.
Yeah,
IW had a rough start of the year. Dave didn't want to play, and all three of them didn't want to play the game
yeah,
actually at the start, so it was rough. And then ended IW good when we picked up Josh. Got a couple of chips on IW, like EU chips, anyways.
yeah,
Got a third place finish at Anaheim, which is my best placement on probably. I
yeah,
mean, the fourth at champs is it's arguable,
yeah.
but World War Two, we don't talk about that yet. Chalk it off.
Yeah.
Chalk it off, man.
Okay.
Last year didn't make the league again, but I kind of knew that I was actually really good at that game.
Yeah,
But I took a couple of months off for my own well-being,
yeah,
just because I could. Like, there's no reason to force myself to play these AM events,
yeah, yeah,
especially the early ones. And essentially, I came back with like Harry and Luty and that
yeah, yeah,
whilst I was streaming. So a lot of the people I've seen a few names in here that were always in my stream
yeah,
when I streamed. Um, Kind of built my way back up through streaming and playing with them, to be honest. And
yeah,
then I got asked to join the team I went to champs in Miami with, and now I'm kind of here. The start of this season, actually, well, the start of this season I got snaked by Marlson and Weeman, but
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah, they joined that London Academy
Yeah,
team.
yeah,
So then we picked up Pete and Moose at the time, and obviously now we're
yeah.
with Nasty.
Who's that
First,
academy team consisting of at the minute? Is it still Mad
it's
Cat?
nah, Defra got dropped for Linny, so it's Mad Cat, Shawnee, Weeman, Nolson, and Linny.
Got ya. Okay. I mean, when you mentioned Luty, just the hairs on the back of my neck stood up because he loves me so much. You know, you think I'm a 7.5 out of 10.
I've seen Twitter.
Yeah.
I think he's just scared, to be honest.
Nah,
He's
he
a
thinks
big
I'm a
softie.
7. Nah, mate, I think I'm in love with him. He said I'm a 7.5 out of 10 and that I look like a gnome. So I'll take it. It's a W all round for me. Right, so can you explain the feeling of going? Obviously, you've been through the mud realistically. World War Two, like you said, was a stretch. We won't talk about that. But how satisfying has it felt to win a tournament this year with your teammates?
Oh, well, I tell you what, not winning Miami last year was it was probably the way. At the same, like obviously I'd placed top 24 at London and then second at Miami, so it was a good feeling in that like when you compare them. But it was actually proper gutting. Like not, I hadn't won for 2 years, and being that close, I lost map 10 in a series, like double best of 5 series. To the team that won it, it was I think they were called the Bohoys at the time.
Yeah,
Like, that I didn't realize how like devastated I was at the time, but I think winning this event, like, I I'm I'll admit it to myself now, like how like I was fucking. If champs wasn't around the corner, man, I might have just thrown the towel because
yeah,
I didn't see the point. Like the way the AM scene's been working,
yeah.
it was like I didn't see the point, but
What's
I
what's
stuck with it, and now
Go on.
even still, like I don't know about the structure, but
Yeah,
I'm willing to keep going because it's like obviously we're doing well. I'm
yeah, yeah,
playing well. I think as soon as I feel I can't compete anymore,
yeah.
that'll be when I throw in the towel.
What are your opinions on like the I'm saying at the minute? Because obviously the way the events are working and the whole structure and setup. I mean, I don't know what Paris was like. I know that obviously London was very loud for people, and you could hear nothing but music and main stage pretty much. And obviously, it's really yeah, I know. I mean, the feedback from pretty much a lot of people that were there was, it was a difficult environment to play in. I mean, what do you think about the way the events are being held? Has Paris been the best one yet, or?
Well, so I've been to Minnesota. That was like a proper MLG one, like I don't.
Yeah,
You wouldn't
yeah,
have
yeah,
been to an MLG one of it, but it's basically was the same as that. Like especially last year, like the pros had their own side of things with their own big main stage, and we had our own stations, and there was all the scuff booths, the stuff like that.
yeah,
Pretty well run event. Didn't really have any complaints about the layout and stuff. Um, but London, you went to that one.
yeah,
That was probably the worst. Like for stuff like the music playing and
yeah,
how close we were to all the fans and stuff. It's probably one of the worst events I've been to, like layout wise.
Yeah,
And Paris was just like probably like the best perfect atmosphere to compete in. Like
yeah,
no out like there wasn't any noise. It was like being at home really. Like
yeah.
but sometimes like I do miss feeding off like that kind of atmosphere of having
Hmm.
a crowd in front of you and stuff.
Yeah,
No, it was
that's
like
what I mean.
it
Because
was a weird event, man.
I'm assuming you. I know, like, you can have one standout player in a roster that, like, as long as they're loud enough and give enough hype, you can drive the other four people forward. So
Hmm.
I can't imagine what it's like, having that kind of presence on a stage, and then having people drive that for you. Um, I mean, the side stations at London, they were pretty cramped and it was difficult to get around. If you, for
Mate.
example, when, yeah, I know, like when you guys playing, I don't know which station it was, but you guys were playing on the one station and then Singularity were on the one to the right, and then you've got,
Yeah.
it's like trying to get around and see what's going on, and plus the music in the background, and you guys are trying to focus. I was just stood there thinking, like, fuck me, like, chasing this as a profession. And this is the only avenue you've got, and they're not even taking it seriously for you.
Yeah,
It's just
like
difficult
I
to see.
think the only positive side is like we do have an open line of communication this year, which we've never had before, with
Yeah,
like someone that probably can make a difference. Um, and she seems like she wants to make a difference.
that's good.
So we'll see how that goes. This is why I'm optimistic.
Yeah, yeah,
Not for this year. I think this like there's nothing they can do about this year. Um, we've got our two big events, and we've got whatever
yeah.
the challenger events will get.
Yeah,
Apparently, the Seattle one's supposed to be good, so maybe it's three more like proper good events left.
yeah.
But
I think
you know,
London will be good. I think the next London will be class.
oh yeah, so hopefully it is. But
Mm.
it just depends whether they're gonna take feedback,
Yeah,
because
they need to take
the
all the
way,
feedback from it, really.
yeah, man, like it just felt like we were just dumped in the spare space that they
Hmm.
had.
I think
That they
they
didn't.
need to open up the entire arena, don't they?
They do.
I think I mean, I watched on Hexy's vlog, like they've got all that backspace where the pros were just like kind of leaning back on chairs and chilling. It's just like
Hmm.
there's literally back areas for that reason. I don't
Were you there
understand.
the year before? Were you there
No,
last
I
year?
didn't attend the year before.
Yeah,
I've heard different
that was
views.
open.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that was open.
I've heard some people say that the year before was better, and I've heard other people say that London just gone was better. Obviously,
It
I can't
depends
judge
what you were there
both.
for. It depends what you're there for, really,
Mm.
because with everything being so compact this year, I would imagine for like a spectator, it was probably better because they didn't have to like choose what they wanted to watch.
Yeah,
They could sit it behind one of us and watch the challenger,
and look up
and
and
then
watch mine.
look up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think in that terms probably better, playing wise, and just overall space. It was definitely better
Mhm.
last year.
Yeah. See, for me, this year was fun just because I was like, I got myself in there straight away. The atmosphere was class. To be fair, as a spectator, the atmosphere was very good. Being involved with the crowd
Hmm.
and stuff. And mate, did you see the clip of me rubbing my nipples?
Yeah, I seen it
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, that was fun.
Loved it.
Matt, I just took the opportunity. They put the camera on me once, and they put it on nameless, and I stood up and turned around and was telling nameless to fuck off. Like proper going for it, but I thought there's no
Do you
way
not
they're
like
putting.
him?
Well, I just think he's a twat. But then they put the camera back on me, like 25 seconds later, after like surely realising like it's not a good idea. So I just stood up, man, and grabbed my nipples straight away. But like two people I spoke to at the event said that they, like up the top at London Just Gone, when you went up the stairs to like on your way out, you would walk past those like three or four
Yeah.
people that were sat by the gates, kind of doing the whole, you know. Whatever they were doing, kind of managing the event from their city stations, and
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
running all the electronics and stuff. He was walking past them as I did the nipple rub, and he heard the woman like, "Get the camera off, get the camera." So, but I didn't see camera time again for the rest of the event. I was a bit upset, really.
I'm
But mate,
surprised that they even put. I'm surprised they put any camera time on that crowd, man.
I was
Absolutely.
loving it though. Like, I mean, I got the follow from Hex. Do you know what I mean? That was all that mattered. Got Hex's follow. Sat with Hex for an hour. I was like, this is buzzing. I like do this every year now. So,
I think you see the year before,
yeah,
like it was I don't think there was like as big of a like seats on the floor. Like it wasn't like that kind of layout. They were all in the everyone was sat in like the higher up
the
chairs.
tears. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's everyone like that's how they were sat last year watching the main stage.
So
So
was it
that's
kind
maybe
of tiered,
why.
and then the floor space was more given to like to the stage and to the side
Yeah,
stations?
there was only a couple like not there's like maybe 3 or 4 rows, man,
Yeah, yeah,
last year.
got ya. So obviously recently, just before Paris and stuff,
Mhm.
not just before, but obviously, Nasty's come in, Moose out. Was it a tough decision? And
Yeah, obviously, like, go on, you finish your
well,
question.
it's more of obviously. I mean, was it a tough decision? And the problem is, even if it was, it seems to have paid off realistically.
So like, I teamed with Tom for the first time, and I've known him for years, but I've teamed with him for the first time with Dens on the start of Black Ops 4 when the team we didn't make the league with.
For fuck's, sorry, mate. I've just read got H on the cast. GG. Oh, H. Fucking hell. You know what? You actually do look a little like him.
Nah,
You don't reckon?
nah, no way. Let me make sure who I'm thinking of.
You're going to Google him. H, man. You know.
Actually, you're not far off, but if I had short hair like that, maybe, but I
Yeah,
can't see.
maybe. Sorry, go on.
I think it's the pale skin.
What got, mate? I've took you off
Well, I was
track.
gonna say, oh
Nasty
right,
moves
no, no,
out. Yeah.
yeah. Me and Dan's team when we started Black Ops 4, so like me and we were like us three were particularly close
Yeah.
in that team, and then I picked up Dan's this year, and then picked up Tom when Weeman and Nelson left. So like we were obviously that chemistry came back straight away.
Yeah.
Like well, he probably doesn't consider me anymore, but I did consider him like a good friend in the scene.
Yeah.
Um, but I kind of knew, especially. Especially like the scrims after Minnesota and like the 1Ks after Minnesota, like this game's completely different to how it was when we won 5-2 1Ks in a row.
Yeah.
Like Dave can't be subbing in a one AR game. Like he
Yeah.
needs to be the main AR,
Yeah.
and like it's just a shame that that's the role Tom was playing because I think like Tom could probably jump in a lot of teams as a main AR, but I just
Yeah.
think having Dave sub on 7 out of 8 maps in
Mhm.
respawn was just the stupidest thing I could like as a leader as well, like the guy that makes the decisions.
Mm.
That's just me. Like if I didn't like move Dave to a main AR, that's just me like bottling it kind of thing, and I don't deserve to get anywhere.
See,
Um,
while we're on the subject of Dave, I've actually got a
mhm.
question about Dave. So, right, what's your favourite feature about Dave, and is he more handsome than Looty?
Of course, he's more handsome than Lewis. By fuck's sake, Lewis looks about 40, man.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, my favourite.
Dave, my favorite feature about Dave.
No homo, it's okay.
Nah, I don't even know. Uh, I mean, I was rooming with him this weekend and he didn't have his fucking top on. So probably his six pack.
Oh, we having a good look yet? See, I said no homo, but you still managed to make it sound a bit homo.
Yeah,
It's
I
cool.
mean, I've seen it enough times, man. He doesn't fucking doesn't.
Uh,
Mate, even when people come in the room, like Denon's brought his lass in the room and he just walks around with his
Den's
top
brought
off.
his
I'm
lass in
like,
the
"What's wrong?"
room. Which
Yeah,
one,
because
mate?
well,
Us,
oh,
this
which
I'm
one?
seeing has
Fucking
heard.
hell.
We've heard quite a bit. I mean, I've heard. You know, he's had a bit of Dutch cheddar with old Denise.
Dutch cheddar,
He's
yeah.
been elsewhere. I mean, you know, Den's gets around, doesn't he?
He's munching a German now.
Oh Jesus, much a Frankfurter already. Fair play to him. I rate it. So,
Fucking
right, I can confirm it then. So Dave's six pack is the best feature. Right, okay.
yeah, go on.
So,
You like that?
obviously today's news on Twitter you've put out. Obviously, you and the boys are kind of looking at alternate options. Obviously, not pushing war aside, but you just want to kind of see what there is out there at the moment. What's the kind of thought behind that and the reasoning for it?
Well, I can see Kev's in the chat, so
Yeah,
I don't want him to get upset, but he
yeah,
knows I spoke to him like our original deal was like London and Minnesota. Obviously, they didn't have to fund us for Minnesota. We made our own little deal with them there because that was an Activision funded event.
yeah,
Yeah. And then we decided last minute to go to Paris, so we said like, oh, we made a little deal with Kev, as we might as well have stayed under war whilst we're under them. Don't want to jump from one org to another,
yeah,
especially when we're fine under war. Like if war could fund us to every event, I'd happily stay under war,
mm,
whatever. Right, Kev knows this. But the problem is at the minute, from a business point of view for him, the return of investment just isn't like right
great
for that
enough. Yeah,
his org to send
hmm
us to
hmm
like, multiple NA events that aren't the prize pool's
I
not big
think
enough. I
it.
think for more so than anything is for Kev is the exposure with there being no
hmm
streams.
yeah. I think the problem is it's okay for top orgs to fund teams to places because the light advertisement and just their name being shared is enough for them to kind of bring some profit in.
Mhm.
I think the problem is that War, even though it's one of the top amorgs, it's still going to struggle to see the revenue it needs to see.
Yeah.
Because obviously you guys can go and win events and win $6,000, but the problem is you've got to take your prize money out of that, and then whatever Kev does see from that, he's got to
Yeah.
try and recover the money he's spent on funding, different areas, and it's just really difficult to do. That's the problem. I can see where you're coming from. I can see how it sucks for him, and I can see how it sucks for you guys. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the same time, I said to you before the stream started, it's a hard thing because you've tested yourselves against Singularity, and you've proven it. Do you know what I mean? You, Dave,
Mhm.
the boys, you've gone out there,
The
you've
boys.
you've took it straight to him, mate. Two best of fives. Do you know what I mean? And let's not
Done
forget
well.
they've lost up until that point. They'd lost, what was it? One map at LAN all year.
Nah,
Was
nah,
it
nah.
one map
They'd
two?
lost one series.
Was it one
Apparently,
series?
like, yeah, but Pred, who's like a new player for Mind Freak, the Australians. Apparently, he had like the series of his life against them, like double pos every map, and they lost that for top six, and then won like 5 or 6 games in a row to win Minnesota
Right.
after
Okay.
that. And then
Yeah.
they'd
Okay.
not lost since that. They went through London without losing a series, and
Hmm.
then this event without losing a series until the grand finals.
And that's what I mean. So obviously, to come up against that, and mentally, it's got to be difficult for you guys because you're thinking, we're coming up against a pretty much a brick wall, and you've knocked it down. Do you know what I mean? You've
Yeah.
took them back to back on two best of fives, and not only that, but was it a reverse sweep the first best of five?
Nah, it was
Oh, it was a 3-2 win, wasn't it?
yeah, it was a 3-2,
Yeah.
6-5 last map.
And then the second best of five was a 3-0.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've kind of gone out there and proven a serious point. And the thing is now, from that point of view, is if you've got Singularity going to America and pretty much attending every LAN there is this year, you guys need to be following the same track because you're on that skill level. Do you know what I mean? And
Exactly, yeah.
the problem is, what we said earlier is if you don't and you don't have the opportunity, Singularity will be able to keep competing, keep getting the reps in, keep bringing that focus, and you'll kind of get left behind. So it sucks from both ends, but from that point of view of being a professional and wanting to chase this as a career and a dream, it's the right way to go. Sadly, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, yeah. And the thing is, I said to Kev, like, we might not get an offer off an org, and then
Mhm.
as long as they're still available, like, of course, we'll come back to them. It just is what it is. Like, Kev understands it, and he understands my reasoning, so
Mhm. Yeah.
that's all I'm bothered about, really, because I value Kev as a friend. He's done a lot for me over the last 7 months, so I didn't want to fuck him over, and I don't feel like he thinks I have. So
Mhm.
that,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that's good for me. Like I'm happy with
Got a question from Top 8. He just wants to know your dick size, basically, mate. So, and
that.
Dave seems to be supporting it. He wants an exclamation
Dave-
size in the chat. So.
Dave's- uh, I haven't- I can't remember the last time I measured it, man.
I bet Denzer knows it. I bet Denzer
I've
knows
had,
it off the top of
I've
his
had a
head.
last for 3 years, man.
Yeah,
Fuck knows.
Denzer will know his size straight away because the amount
That's-
of girls he talks to, he has to tell them all, mate. He has
yeah,
to
well,
just,
there's a lass on Twitter that keeps talking about Denz's cock.
is that? Which one? Denise?
I actually don't. Nah, it's not. I actually don't know what her at is. Dave
Mate,
will know.
Denise has
Dave,
blocked
put her
me.
at in that chat.
Denise
She
blocked
keeps
me.
she keeps saying it's an abnormal shape and that.
Oh, wow. Oh, like one of them bent ones, like a 40
Yeah,
degree
one of them
turn.
bent ones. Yeah,
See,
yeah.
I always imagine if I'd done that, you'd have to fuck at an angle, like swerving. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't imagine doing that. Steve's got a massive bulge. For fuck's sake.
Lou T was giving it compliments at champs.
Was
to
he
be
really?
fair.
Alrighty,
Yeah, he
fair
was.
play. Like to hear it. This is what I want to hear. This is the stuff that people don't get to know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't usually go to lands and stare at dicks, but come June, I'm probably gonna have to have an area, a bit of time there where I'll start measuring. I'm gonna
In
do
me
like
in me little shorts.
yeah, I'm gonna do like an official top am pro cockside chart
Bulge.
and just
Yeah.
put stickers on a bulge chart. I'll release it at the end of the year and we'll see who the real champs are.
We'll see who the real winners are.
I reckon Pete has a schlong too. Roper does as
Yeah.
well.
Tucks it in his football sock.
I think Dave's a rugby lad, so anything does. From what I'm seeing here, mate, pretty much everyone on your roster's just got a fucking monster cock. Yeah, I mean, Denise has blocked me on Twitter. It's a shame, really. I don't know why, but I do know why. It's because I said, try funding your own way to being a model rather than asking everyone else for the money. Apparently, we're not friends anymore.
Ooh. What is that? What she's been doing?
Well, yeah, she kept posting tweets saying, like, oh, wish I could have this and wish I could have that, and here's my donation goal. Like, just work for it, man. You haven't got to keep
Fucking
doing. I
hell.
hate it. It really fucking like murders my brain.
She's like that. That's what one of the things Den said, that she's just bare immature. Didn't want to be with that.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'd rather just shoot on her face and then let her walk into a wall or something, man. Do you know what I mean? Just, I'm assuming Den's had his fun with her. Adios amigo. But fair play to Den's, man. I mean, he's getting it in. He's getting it in. She's a model now. Leave her alone.
He's swinging it about, man.
Mate, well, he must be. I mean, as if he's not even just doing like postcodes.
An
Though.
underdog, mate.
He's
He's
doing
an
nationals.
underdog.
I mean, he's doing international things. He's not even
Mate,
doing
he's taking a
postcodes.
fucking full tour of Europe,
It's
mate.
what I'm saying. Like German. He's got a German now. Like,
Yeah.
oh fucking hell. So
I'm gonna have to get to know a new bird every event, man.
I know. I've got some quick fire questions for you.
Mhm.
Basically, but the idea of this is you try and answer these in 3 seconds each question.
What is it? Just one word answers?
It's literally, pretty much, yeah, literally one word answers. Except for one, pretty much, which you can
Right.
take a bit more time for. So, I'll fire away in 3 seconds. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Best COD ever.
Black Ops 2.
Best weapon ever.
Sorg.
Best teammate ever.
Not Dave.
Biggest regret.
Not getting dropped on World War Two, or not dropping myself.
Favorite pro.
Uh, I actually don't know.
Okay, favorite top org or dream org that you'd like to play under.
Yeah, I don't even know. I haven't thought
Right,
about this shit,
you've
man. I
absolutely
don't
pissed that section.
Yeah, no, I have, man.
Alright, it's alright, no problem. So, I mean, like, mate, I think I'll play for Huntsman all day. Oh, man. Me
I mean,
personally.
yeah, I couldn't even think of the names of the new franchises, man. Like,
Yeah. Fuck me. It must have been like the fucking immediate effect. Sorry. I'll try and keep them open-ended now. Huntsman for me, though, all day. Mate, being able to, like, see
I mean, yeah, Hex, yeah, I guess.
The guy's just too good. The guy's, I can't explain him. Always great. That's my shot caller. Always great at thinking on the spot. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, man. So, I've got a question. Maybe because you'll have a better insight to it than a lot of other people. Probably because you get a better overlook.
Yeah.
Who would you say are the most underrated AMs that you're aware of at the moment that probably don't get the shine they deserve?
Probably Retain for S&G, probably.
Yeah.
Because it's all like insight chain at the minute.
Yeah, I
Maybe
know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah. I think I've always rated Jed even when people didn't rate him. Like, still, like I've known Jed for a while. Other than that, I don't know enough about the American AMs anymore because most of them have been picked up, and I've only played against people at Minnesota. But EU wise, I'd say Byron, like Nasty was underrated.
Yeah.
Like he was unreal on Black Ops 4, and then for some reason, just no one really picked him up on this game.
Yeah. I think I'd say Byron as well. Byron's fucking disgusting. I watched him for a bit at London. I tried to get around this year as much as I could at London, but the problem with me, mate, was the moment I had a beer in me, I was too busy getting comfy in that crowd. So,
Yeah, he was really good.
but I agree with what Randall's just said, that you guys along with SNG, the top two by far, and I agree. I actually think there's quite a big skill gap realistically between kind of the top 2/3 teams and then the rest.
What, EU or worldwide?
Well, EU definitely. I don't know enough about worldwide to put a
Yeah.
good input in, but EU definitely. I think like elitist, academy. Obviously, I mean yourselves and yourselves and Singularity are leading it for me. See, Random's just said global. It's just I don't know enough about global teams.
The thing is, like, the way I look at it is, we came top 3, arguably, like, I was on death's door, so who knows what would happen, but it's whatever. We came top 3. There was one American team in between, were at Minnesota, which was hybrid, and who is it? That team split up, but the two of the people they've already picked up have been picked up. Or was it one or two have already been picked up by a franchise? So like, and then other players are getting picked up by franchises like Americans. So the way I'm seeing it at the minute is like it's just making it easier for us.
Yeah, yeah. I
You
know
know
what
what I
you
mean?
mean.
Like that's
Yeah.
just like I don't know that for sure. Like there could be some better teams now than Minnesota, but with only Yanks being picked up, then that just makes it easier for us really.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It, I think I don't know. Chicago Academy. Chicago Academy. I don't even know who plays for Chicago Academy. No idea.
Chicago Academy. I don't.
I haven't looked into
Yeah.
any of like those teams.
Nah, I don't. I don't think unless they've made a new team. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's taking the piss.
Oh, brilliant! Sick having my shit pushed in by him. Cheers, mate. Um, Chicago doesn't have an academy. Love it. He's talking shop. Cheers, boys. Thank you, thank you. Mate, I'm going to ask you this question on the grounds that you may know who I'm talking about. See that question from Daddy Topper? Thoughts on Ego EU?
Uh,
I'm
uh,
ho- the fact you...
cracking arse to be fair, man.
Oh God, God. Oh no.
God, I
So
couldn't believe what I was seeing, man.
that's what I mean. Like,
He started with like the first male OnlyFans I've ever seen,
yeah, that's
and then next thing I know, he's a fucking lass dressing
well,
up as like. There's nothing wrong with it, but like
yeah, I know.
one second you're promoting your chopper, and then the next you're promoting fucking
You
being
chopper.
like being
Chopper
being
got
trans,
inbound.
like.
um,
Fucking hell, man.
well, okay. See, like, you're probably more preservative than me. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking bizarre. I've never trying to sell your dick to girls who literally have dicks put into their inbox for free 20 times a day makes
Yeah.
no sense. I mean, mate, we're geezers. Like, I know how men work. Like, the moment my brain goes past 50% horny, my balls take over anything that's logical. I
Any
will, you know what I
decision.
mean? Like, I can do the dumbest shit. I know I can. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can send toe pics to like 45-year-olds. You know what I mean? But like, shit can get freaky quick, and then the moment I shoot a load, like my normal brain comes back and everything's original again. But like, he's got, from what I'm aware, his partner's got a child. That's the
Wait,
that,
there's both of them, innit? They're both
yeah.
doing
I don't know if
OnlyFans.
I don't know. I don't know if it's is it his. I know they've just had a new baby together. And don't get me
I'd
wrong,
have no
I've got
idea.
nothing against them as a couple. Like, I'm happy for you, you know, especially the baby. I hope it's healthy. But surely this is going to have like, mate, the household that you're raising your child in, when daddy's dressing up as a boy, and well, sorry, daddy's a boy and he's trying to sell pictures of his penis, and then daddy's dressing up as a girl and playing games. I mean, you're really confusing the mind. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
he actually
I'm
is.
gonna go ahead and assume that you haven't seen my Omegle video last night, but I met a transgender on
No, I
Omegle
haven't.
last night. That was fun. Um,
What were you saying to that?
no,
What were you saying to that? I don't, like, what do you even got? Is it
well,
him or
I
her?
came
Or was
across.
it just a
It
that?
was a man dressed up as a woman,
Okay.
full red lipstick, proper big wig, like a white kind of low hand blouse on. But he hadn't gone for any surgery. I think he was more like, he looked more like a man in drag. Um,
Yeah.
and I was like, hello, and he said hi. And he said, how are you? I said, I'm good, thanks. How are you? And then he
Okay,
said,
now, man.
yeah. I said to him, what's your name? And he said, Tayana. But he was like he was an elderly white guy, probably like 55 going on 60. And I was like, oh, hi Tayana. I was like, that's a nice name. And he was like, how's your day? And I was like, yeah, it was really good. I was like, but I mean, if I'd
Was
have
he
woke
trying
up,
to get your chopper out?
yeah, well, I just said to him, if I'd have woke up this morning and thought to myself, I want to dress up like a fucking girl, I'd have realised I was a fucking retard. But you know,
Get
it's
out.
just, mate, it was bad. You should have seen him. It was like
I
proper.
might watch it later. I didn't.
It
Did you
was
say it
actually.
got fucking took off Twitch?
No, so what I did was I did a Meagle video on Twitch, like an Meagle stream,
Hmm.
maybe about 2 months ago. And to be fair, it was hilarious. But terms of service got straight put down on me. I got a 24-hour ban. So I thought to myself, I can't do these
Okay.
again because, you know, the next one will be a month. The next one might be, you know, no more
Yeah,
monetization
yeah,
through
yeah.
Twitch. So I didn't want to take the risk. Yeah, that's basically what Bruce has just said. There was many knobs. He can confirm. That's the problem. Was I was trying to drag a picture over the images. You know, like I could drag an image over just to cover it, just in case there was a dick. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, but the problem is I have to click between Streamlabs and then Omegle. So you
Yeah, it's
can't.
not.
And when
Yeah.
I get skipped by a horny man who's pulling his penis at women, the next camera comes up too quick. Do you know what I mean? So bang, there's a penis and I can't cover it in time. So I've done it as videos this time. To be fair, it was actually quite funny. I enjoyed doing it. But yeah, right. So go for it underrated AMs that you're aware of, etc., etc. Best advice that you can give to amateur players who want to go pro.
Um, I think there's a lot of different stages. Like the first step is getting yourself probably involved in tournaments and 1Ks and stuff. Um, obviously, like I said, it depends where you are. There could be people just starting playing GBs and stuff. There could be, which is probably the majority of people watching, like at the stage where they're probably starting to think about going to events, already been to a couple, and that's a step in the right direction. Definitely getting your face out there, getting the. I think you'll know straight away as soon as you've went to an event whether it's like passion or not. I
Mm.
knew as soon as I went to an event. My goal at the time was just to go to a LAN. Like I was really curious about it, and then
Yeah,
after I'd been, I just wanted to keep going. Like I couldn't wait for the next one. And I think everyone will get that kind of feeling, especially like their first like few LANs. Um, and to be honest, you gotta make if you actually want to do it seriously, you've got to make proper sacrifices, like social wise.
mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say education because I got my like while I was coming up and getting making a name for myself, kind of thing, especially on like AW and Black Ops 3. Um, I was still at college. It's definitely doable, but you've got to obviously you're doing two things that take up a lot of time, and you're not going to have much time for anything else, which is something, like I say, you've got to sacrifice. I think the
Yeah.
main thing is definitely sacrifices and making sure that it is something that you love, not that you're just trying to make money from.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a good distinction to make. I think there's a lot of things that people are looking for a quick fix from with money, and
Hmm.
they're maybe chasing it for the wrong reason as opposed to it being a passion. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree. I get where you're coming from. There's been times in my life where I've chased something because it was a quick avenue of money as opposed to being a passion, and because it's a
Hmm.
quick avenue, I don't do it right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, is that like true in what you said? Just you know, like how you said, obviously you went to a LAN and then you kind of get hungry. I'd imagine that's how it works. Like you go to a LAN and you know you kind of taste a
So
place
yeah,
and you do quite well.
yeah. I
Does it just
started
kick
on
in?
League Play on Black Ops 2, and basically I had FA my clan tag like every other fucker back in the day. Some kids messages, you want to play? We started playing BBs, Deserto scrims at the time because there used to be a scrim thread that no one will probably know about anymore, but that was how it was back in the day. You didn't get your scrims off Twitter, you got them off Deserto.
No, fair.
And
I actually remember just, like the way it was all done off Deserter and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. So done that, went through all that. We got better and better. We were in our own little community. I'm sure there's still some little ones about these days. Ooh, voice crack. There we go. There's the first voice crack. I have so many voice cracks. um, nah, like we won a lot of tournaments in our little community, and then I was like, you know what, I want to go to an event. I didn't want to win an event. I didn't want to do well at the event. I just wanted to go to the event, like to just say I've been, because I'd seen like people I was playing against and in their bios like one land, two lands.
Yeah,
I was 16. I was just really curious.
yeah, fair.
Um, and I got there, and we actually done better than I expected, which was like top 24 at the time, which
Yeah.
52 team event it was, like EU, which was quite a big event back
Sorry,
to
mate.
them
Dave's
days.
making me laugh.
What's Dave saying? Oh,
Oh God, what's it like living with his banter all the time?
it's fucking shit, mate. His banner's actually shocking, man.
Oh man, I don't know. I think like
He's just a bit witty, man. But once you get know him, man, not that funny. Not
no,
that funny, Dave.
I don't know, man. I think like I bet you've got quite as a team. I'd imagine you lot have got like quite a good like fucking range of personalities. I bet it works quite well.
Yeah, it's actually really good. Good vibes. Easy to play with. Easy to fucking like deal with shit. Like when shit's not going well, or like when we've had a bad day. It's not like it's pretty easy so far, anyways. We've only been teaming with Nasty for like a week and a half,
Yeah,
like scrim wise. So we'll see how it
mate.
goes.
Nasty. Like, when I look at Nasty, he looks fresh out the womb. He literally looks fresh out the
Yeah,
womb.
Prince Harry, man.
Like prop, mate. He looks like fuck. Like he looks shocked to the time. He's got like a consistently shocked face.
Oh, he's in here.
Yes, I look young. But like, obviously, I mean, he's been a fucking great addition. Like we were saying, I know you, mate. I know you can't help it. It's cool. I mean, mate, you know, you get blessed with looking young. I look 45. It is what it is.
I look pretty young.
I'm 40, you know, I'm 25. I look
I'm
45.
22.
So life's rough. Um, but like when I seen the picture, I was like, "Fuck me, he looks so young." And then I was watching. Oh well, I was watching the Periscope. Ooh, yeah, you know, because we have loads of.
Periscope. Yeah.
Because there's loads of. I think for me, mate, that's the biggest thing that's missing this year. The fact that there's no actual coverage of fucking.
But that's
It's,
I forgot to say about just quickly go back to war. Like I think that's the biggest thing for Kev because they're going down the content route in terms of growth
yeah,
and showing that they don't have the funds right now, like the investments, but that they can, like they're ready for it kind of thing. Like if any like in the future, like the content that they're producing now is like better than some of like the top amorgs or
yeah.
like maybe even some of the CDL teams, especially at the start.
Hmm.
So, like that, with them not getting any content out of sending us to an event other than what they make themselves, like they can't. There's no clips from streams or anything to use. There's no
Mm,
like casting over games.
yeah.
Like if they made a montage of us at champs, which was really good.
Yeah, see, champs. I saw that.
They
The
can't
champs
they
one
can't
side was
they
really
can't
good.
they can't do any of that anymore. So what's in it for them? There's
Yeah.
not much.
It's stupid. I mean, I think content is the right route to go down because it's probably got the biggest avenue, most avenues, sorry, and the biggest following. And I think it's stupid that the orgs haven't even got the opportunity to really use that unless they're taking cameras and doing it all themselves
Mhm.
and covering everything themselves. I think one thing I will say about War definitely got, in my opinion, the best fucking apparel merchandise that I've
Yeah.
seen in the
See
amp
that
range.
like that's another thing they focus on.
Mm,
Like I think they're showing that they can be a
yeah.
big org, but obviously they're still in the early stages of being an org. But I think Kev's got a good mindset and he's not expecting it to come overnight.
Yeah.
And
Well, it doesn't
hopefully,
obviously. Yeah.
hopefully, hopefully, some one day you'll we can get back,
Yeah.
get the band back together.
Yeah, mate, that white hoodie, the white war hoodie, shit is that's pretty fucking nice. Like straight up, that's a nice
Yeah,
hoodie.
it is.
I'm a fan. When I saw that, I was like, wow. It shows the difference, like in kind of like designing and levels. You know, the effort he's putting into. What
Hmm.
I think the thing with Kev from what I've seen so far, from what I've seen across the content, like you said, and with the apparel, is he doesn't want to do anything half-hearted. I think it's full effort. It's premium. It's a different kind of experience. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, it's obviously the current situation that you guys are in. It's fucking shit either way. It's
yeah.
just a shit thing to be around.
They want us, we want them,
Yeah,
but it's just like
it's like a
it's
shit.
not
It's like an
beneficial
ex
for
with
each
too
other.
many broken bridges.
Yeah.
You just want
Yeah, but
to. If the Pussycat Dolls can get back together, so can we. Yeah, Dave, I went and saw Black Eyed Peas live when I was 12, yeah? 12, 13? I think I was 12, 13. And I went and saw him in Birmingham, and Pussycat Dolls were the opening act. And mate, let me tell you, oh, fuck. Mate, I went home with wet jeans that evening. Oh my lord. Oh my, I was close to the front. I was real close. I was with my mum. I was with my brothers. But mate, when that blonde bird from Pussycat Dolls was doing that shit where she stretches her legs.
that's when you knew.
Oh, that's when I knew.
That's when you knew
That's when I
women
knew
for
I
you.
didn't want to dress up like a woman, and I wanted to. That's when I knew. I knew what I was doing with life. So I've got a question for you here. It's around gaming, but it's also around like the community.
Yeah.
I think there's a huge importance, especially the further that we're getting into Amcod, is the importance of networking. Have you got any
Yeah.
opinions on it? For me, I'll tell you what I think. I think you can be incredibly skilled at the game, have
Mhm.
incredible play style, and probably fit into a lot of teams with the way you play, and you can be very good, great comms. But unless you've not networked correctly, you'll never make it anywhere.
So, yeah, it's a big thing. I'd say, especially when I got in a team with Dave and Hawkey, like I pretty much closed myself off to everyone else. Like I was only really focused on playing with them and chilling with them. Like, okay, I might play tens and stuff, and I'll speak to people at events, but like not get to know people and not get my like face out there much. And I think that's one of the big things I learned, especially after last year, after I kind of took that break. That all right, if I'm gonna do this, I need to do it like right. I started my streaming, so I feel like even though I'm not streaming now, it's always an avenue I can go back down.
Hmm.
Like not necessarily to make an income from, but you know what I mean, like um, to show to interact with people and but also show what I can do. And then I've definitely made more of an effort to get to know the people that I'm playing against. And like I talk to a lot more people in like our little EU bubble.
Yeah,
Um, and I feel like I'm definitely getting better at it. And
yeah,
networking, it sounds so like brutal. Like it's more
yeah.
so like just like for me, it's just
It's just a conversation a lot
getting
of time.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just,
yeah,
it's literally
yeah.
just putting yourself out there. I think it's like,
But it is, you're right. It is actually like I'm not even gonna name names, but like you could tell people were doing it last year, and like
yeah,
I was a bit naive. Like
mm,
I didn't realize what they were like doing,
mm,
but now it's like I can see it, and it's smart. Like I'm not
yeah,
even trying to say that in a bad way. It's like they're doing what they need to do for them. Like they're doing everything they can,
mm,
kind of thing.
yeah. See,
Like
like,
one name that I will name, which isn't from like what I was just on about, but from AW, Shawnee
yeah,
wasn't 18 for the Black Ops 3 season, and he made the decision to stick about. He was a really good amateur player on AW.
yeah,
He was kind of like in the same bracket as me. Like we were both on like good top am teams. And obviously the age gap fucked him up. But Black Ops 3, he was around a lot of circles playing S&D Charles and stuff with keeping his name out there,
mm,
and it worked for him. Like he got picked up straight away. So like I see a lot of the Yanks do that as well. Like Stimpa's doing it, and people like that. There's that young Hydra French player that's just turned 18. He's been chilling with loads of different French players for years. He was always going to get picked up straight away. He's keeping his name out there. Like it's a smart thing to do, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I mean, like for me with networking, I suppose like, it applies to me differently because I'm not looking for a career within COD. To be honest with you, mate, I think I am kind of looking at a career in esports.
Yeah.
I want to attain it. I don't know where, and that's the thing is that I don't have an end goal. Like
Hmm.
I couldn't tell you now what I'd like to do with an esports or where I'd like to be. I just know that I'd like to be involved. But like for London, for me, was about networking more than anything. If I'm honest, it was about like getting to
Hmm.
know other people. I mean,
Yeah.
me doing that dumb thing rubbing my nipples. To everyone, it was a laugh. To me, that was like Cheens retweeted it, which means everyone's seen it. Which means I
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
so like, and then like I sat with Hex for an hour. I tried, I bounced off that, and then like for example, like Mad Cat sat in front of me. So Mad Cat fucking tweeted out asking who the big fucker in the crowd was, and then I get a follow on Twitter. So like
Yeah.
just being stupid at London for me was like it helped me network. And then like speaking to Mad Cat, got Mad Cat on the
Yeah.
podcast. Spoke to Atlee, the owner of Singularity, and had him on and stuff like that. I've got plans to have Lou T on this week at some point toward
Yeah.
the end of the week. But it's just about for me like that was a huge networking avenue. And I
Yeah.
think people like you've got to bite a bullet sometimes and just put yourself out there.
Yeah, I think like for you, like someone like in your position where like they're new kind of thing, like they're
Yeah,
just relatively new, like
mm,
it's a lot harder than someone in my position where
yeah,
like
yeah,
I already kind of have the platform.
yeah. You do, yeah,
I just need to do it. You know what I mean? Whereas you like you and like say like D treats like it's all personality, like you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
So obviously a lot harder, but if you've got the personality, then yeah, fuck it.
Mate,
Invite
Luke's.
yourself.
I remember tuning into Luke's first like the first stream I come across was on I was watching him play Blackout last year, and
Hmm.
I remember saying to him, I set him like a kill. I subbed to him, followed
I
a
was
sub.
talking to him about it earlier because I said I was going to podcast. Was
Yeah.
he no scope someone in
Yeah, and then I set him a challenge, mate, and he did it
it?
straight away. I was like, "You taking a piss?" That's a gift. I was like, "For fuck's sake!"
Yeah.
But he's
He's funny,
nasty.
man.
He's actually really good.
He gets down on himself,
Yeah,
uh, which is easy to do,
yeah, it
especially
is.
because
No, it is.
he was streaming for a good like year.
Yeah,
Decided like you know what, now is a good time to, because his job wasn't going that well
yeah.
anyways. He was paying a lot commuting, so he just thought fuck it, man. I'll just have a go at the stream and stuff.
Mm.
But I think him being in a position where he had to stream rather than it was
Than
a
doing it as something he loved to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that killed him. To
It
be
can
honest,
happen. It's you got to
I
find
think
the
he
fine
knows that.
line. You got to find the fine line
Yeah.
between doing it out of enjoyment and doing it out of necessity. Yeah.
Hmm. But
Um.
you know what I mean? He would have regretted it if he didn't do that. So
Yeah. Yeah. What's your favourite moment in COD history? That can be a favourite moment of yours from competing, or just a favourite moment as a spectator of the sport.
I think spectating wise, I'll give you both scenario like thingies. Spectating wise would be Black Ops 2 champs. killer, winning them 2-1v1s, 4-4, and
Yep.
5-4. Can't get better than that. That was mental. And then for playing wise, I've got two. Made a free piece on CTF to get forfeit champs.
Yeah.
We won the map off that. And then won the series off that map. That was sick. As well, like what you were saying before about the crowd. Remember we were talking about the crowds.
Yeah.
So Cloud9 had just lost to Optic. Had just beat Optic 6-5 last map. As you can
Wow.
imagine, there was a lot of Optic fans around,
Yeah.
and Aitken, Lacefield, and Ricky were all giving it the big un, like shouting at them and
Yeah.
Optic, and so all the Optic fans were basically hating them. So when we step onto the station that Optic have just jumped off, these Optic fans are staying around to watch C9 lose.
Yeah.
Oh, 9 lose. So we basically experienced what it's like to be Optic for a series, like having the crowd behind you. It was sick, man.
What
And
is
then I
that
made a
like?
freebie. Yeah, it was fucking insane, man. Like fucking crowd were going,
Is
and
it,
like it wasn't like it was like the way champs was that it was like three big stages and then one big main stage, but like
mm,
there was lots of seats around each little like side stage. So there was like it wasn't like a full London crowd, but it was like a lot of like enough people to make a decent amount of noise where you
yeah.
hear it in game. It was pretty surreal. That was one really good feeling, and then winning my first championship, uh, on like ever was on IW. We had to we had to win two best of fives just like this week against Spice, who were like one of the best teams in the world at the time, and we double 3-0'd them somehow. Don't even know how it happened, but that
Wow.
was like one of the best feelings
Yeah.
I've ever had.
See, do you think the pot? Well, I from what I've seen, it's like with Huntsman, maybe at Paris and parts of London, not Paris, sorry, London and parts of Minnesota, but with Huntsman, they almost seem to at times not have to try that much because the weight of just the support of the crowd is enough to carry them through a series. Do you know what I mean? It's like
It's,
having that fucking
yeah,
level of support.
I know what I mean. Like it definitely like I mean it can't not help. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Obviously,
got to have a huge
you
effect.
can't take shit away from them. They're fucking
Oh, they're
unreal.
disgusting. Yeah,
But when you're fucking constantly making good plays and like playing well, and then you get that behind you, like there's just no
mm,
slowing down. You
yeah.
just need to, as long as you turn up and you're playing well, like the crowd's gonna back you, and like them knowing that is obviously such a big boost.
Envoy, man, Envoy's nasty this year, mate.
Jeez.
Oh my god,
Had to
watching him
put him
play.
down at champs though.
Let's go. Love to hear it. I hope you do. Fucking see
No,
my.
I did. Black Ops 4 champs.
Oh
I knocked
shit!
him
I've
out.
just realised what you were saying. Yeah, you did. Oh my god. Ma, see, like for me, Scump is like my favourite ever pro. Yeah, but I've watched Scump for 10 years. I mean, like
Yeah.
literally watched him forever. Um, I don't know. I think Scump. I'd say Scump's the biggest name in COD. COD esports.
Yeah, of course.
Um,
It's not arguable.
nah,
Like,
but see, look. At the same time, though, the way what Nate shot's done with 100 Thieves, like I don't know which one's more impressive. I'd say Nade. Like he's so commendable
yeah.
for what he's done. Like the fact that he's took
Yeah, yeah,
a
definitely.
Twitter page and turned it into what it is. It's fucking bizarre.
Especially like I think he realized straight away he made a mistake on Black Ops 3, jumping straight into it and picking
Mm.
up a shit team just to be in the league.
Hmm.
And he took like I think it was a year and a half,
Yeah,
maybe it's even longer, maybe it's 2 years to actually like set it up properly. So I mean, you've just got to say fair play on you, because
yeah.
not many people would be able to do that. Like obviously he had the platform and stuff, whatever, which he made himself
Mm.
anyways. But like
I
it's
suppose
just
you've got the
impressive.
benefit of having Hex behind you as well, haven't you?
I mean, yeah, but I think they fell out for a while.
Mm. Oh, really?
Pretty sure they did.
See, like, I can't imagine how you could lose if you've got the network that Hex has got behind you as support. Like, it's just a matter of time until it goes the right way.
You've just got to have some
Yeah,
sort of like, and I guess the right people around you.
yeah,
Because obviously there's two ways like it can go. Like if you've got a lot of money, like you can fall down the wrong path. Like
yeah.
obviously he's fucking killed it. Actually used his platform, used his wealth, and turned it into more like the rich get richer kind of thing.
Hmm. Um, I've got literally two questions left for that. So, when you faced adversity throughout your career, through obviously your time competing, what
Mhm.
traits do you feel you possess that have helped you overcome it?
In terms of in game or out game.
Both, both.
I think I've always just like had um that drive where I'll do whatever it takes, like in anything I kind of do, like
Yeah.
anything I want to do. So that like out of game, especially when things aren't going well, like that 100% helps. Like at the time, like after I've just lost an event or had a shit event, maybe like it feels shit, and
Mm.
sometimes the thought's like, oh, is there any point doing this anymore? It's naturally creeps in there, but I think just being mentally like strong and believe not even mentally strong, it's just self-belief and knowing that you know what it takes and have what it takes, I think is a big factor.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Um, and then in game, I'd just say like what helps me probably like what helps if we ever do comebacks and stuff, and I feel like it's kind of the same. Like I just never give up. Um, and I feel like with COD, like I've got a good mind for the game,
Mm.
and I feel like I can like actually direct and tell people what to do, especially when they let me do that, and I know that they trust me to do like trust what I say. Which I have in this team, which I probably haven't had in a team since Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
But I've definitely this game jumped more into the leadership role that
Yeah.
I used to have, which I feel like I can benefit a team in that way.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah. So, um, obviously you've played, a handful of CODs. Started like you said, starting with Mod 2. What are your thoughts on Modern Warfare as a whole as a game?
Oh, what this game?
Yeah.
Yo, oh yeah, it's just shite, like proper shite.
Okay.
It is. I That would be my one word answer, and my reasoning for it would be the game. The way the game works is completely different to any game. I'm talking hardpoint here.
Yeah.
The squad spawns. They try to say at the start of the game that they're not in the game, when you literally they can't even argue that. I don't know if they're still trying to say they're not, but like there are like it's been tested. I've tested it. I've looked at shit on the mini map after scrims. Like you spawn on your teammates.
Yeah.
If you're in a position and like the enemy team leave you, you're gonna spawn on even if it's fucking makes no sense. You're gonna spawn on your teammate. Like call point should not work like that. And then Domo's just shit game mode, shit to watch, shit to play.
Yeah, I
S and
agree.
D, they've S&D is probably the one of the only good things on this game. But even still, sometimes like it's just so random. Like especially clutch situations, it's so much dependent on who has dead silence and who doesn't, which is just dumb.
Yeah.
Dead silence should always be like a perk
Yeah.
or something that is equal at the start of every round. Like I don't know, like I think AW you could start with dead silence, but once you've used it for that round, it's gone. You get
Mm.
like 30 seconds of it. That was good, but just getting it on a timer like a specialist is just so dumb.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think that the thing is, if you get your first, if you win the first round in S&D, your team's more likely to win the second than third based off the fact you're going to have Deddy first. It's
Yeah.
bizarre. It makes the playing field completely unlevel.
It's just so annoying 1v1s and 2v2s and
Mm.
shit like them situations. I haven't even talked about the guns. Like MP5, Merc 4 grip, M4. Like why is the time to kill so small? Like
Yeah.
these are just such bad decisions. Like, it just makes the game so much more random. Like you could literally like completely be ready for someone in a gunfight, and they're not ready for you at all, and they just come on the corner and just hip fire you because there's nothing stopping them from doing that. But in any other COD, they're dead. Like I can't run around in pubs and drop absolute bombs. Like I'm dead in 2 bullets. Like if someone's camping a corner on another COD, I can turn on them. Like in pubs, this is
Mm.
like I'm gonna turn on them. They're not like 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna kill me. In this game, if I go into a room and don't look in the right spot of where someone's sitting,
It's
priming where
over.
I come in,
Yeah.
I'm not even getting my
Mm.
gun up.
Yeah. I agree. I know what you mean. See, I think this has been like, well, heavily, especially this COD. Like, if you went back to Mod 2 now and put it in a competitive aspect, you could pull out three ARs straight away that were plausible. The ACR, the M16, and the FAMAS. You could use all three.
Yeah.
You could use all three, and they were all equally as good. The kill, in my opinion, the time to kill on all the guns was pretty equal. I mean,
I'll put it out there. I think not. This isn't the games, but from the competitive CODs I've played, the best CODs have been where you've got three guns, like a main sub, like I'll give you the example of last year, a Maddox,
a
and then
Sorg
you've got like
and an
so you've got a
ICR.
Sorg, a Maddox, and then like a stiff ICR,
Yeah.
and they all should win their gunfights at their like given range. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like at the subs should win their close range, the Maddox should win medium range, the
Mm.
ICR should win long range, and but all of them are like usable at different ranges if you like mastered the gun. IW was the same. You had the MV4, Unreal for long range. Shouldn't lose long range gunfights with that against like a K bar. K bars like the Maddox, like really good. Like medium range and close range, like an aggressive AR. And then you had the ERAD, which you shouldn't get away with using on some maps, but it was like you could if you played your angles and you played your like spaces, stayed ahead of the rotation, it would be good in its like category. And then you look at Black Ops 2, and we didn't realize we had it, but we had the M8, and then we had like the AR-94, and then the MSMC, and like these CODs where it's just AR sub,
Yeah.
they just don't seem gunplay wise. They just don't seem as
I know what you mean. It kind of
don't seem as
takes
good.
away a lot of the novelty of a lot of the gunfights as opposed to that you'd have in you know in the games that you just mentioned. I mean, with a sword, for example, like getting a very long range kill with a sword on Black Ops 4 was satisfying. It was like
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
there was a level of effort to getting that kill, whereas
yeah,
with this game you can shoot 4 bullets across the map with an MP5
exactly.
and kill
Yeah.
someone cross map. It's just
Any fuck like I
yeah.
literally was playing a GB against some absolute randoms earlier today, and I've just watched this kid just being me like I'm just like he's not even like he's just got lucky that he's aiming in the right place. Like his aim's not even good. He's like one stick and he's just killed me. Like just so dumb. Like it just shouldn't happen.
Well, I'm gonna ask you this question, Kat. This is just what's your take on all the GAs?
All the take on the GA is.
Yeah, what do you think of the current GAs?
What are they again? Like it's been so long because
Mate,
it's been the same
I'd
from the start of
love
the
to sit
game.
here and act like I know. I mean,
Uh,
obviously Suppressor's one, isn't it?
Suppressor's good. Like the thing is with the suppressor in every game, the suppressor should take away range and damage.
and in this game it
But
improves it.
yeah,
What
and
what what is that
it
about?
takes you off the radar. So like radar's the biggest thing in COD. You know,
Yeah.
like if if a suppressor doesn't affect your gun, then everyone would use a suppressor.
Hmm.
But like you couldn't use a suppressor in other CODs because of like you'd lose gunfights where you both bump into each other as you should because you've got a suppressor they haven't. But on this
Yeah.
game, if for some reason it gives you extra quick draw, extra fucking whatnot, like that's 100% a GA. Like shouldn't even be questioned. The laser sight makes the hip fire even better, which is dumb. Like the Merc 4 grip does it enough. That should be a GA. Two smokes on S&D are good. The two stuns, two flashes. Yeah, I just think it would be boring just getting four stunned or four flash. Like
Yeah, I agree.
I, I think that's good that it's two stuns, two flashes. To be honest,
Yeah, I do agree. Definitely.
the one smoke's definitely needed in respawn.
Yeah,
Two smoke.
yeah.
I think two smokes is about the right spot in S&D as well.
I
Two.
can't disagree with that. To be fair, I think,
Uh,
but in the early stage of the game before that GA was made, like the way the smokes are going off, you couldn't even see the maps because it was just smoke everywhere.
I'll give the two trophy systems. Yeah, like I remember at the start of this game, I think Luti's team were the only team that we just had five. They had at least four, but I think they had five people running trophies, and it was the hardest shit to try and break hills against them. Like it was more or less like when they were set up, it was like more or less impossible. Like especially on like money hills, you just get nowhere near them. I think that two GA trophy system was necessary.
Yeah, yeah,
But I think like I don't think there's any GA that's been listed here anyways that shouldn't be one.
yeah.
COD's not made to play out the box. It never
Mhm.
has been.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think comp every year, like when COD gets released, there's immediate complaints and things change. That's how it's meant to work. I think people forget that the game isn't designed for the small area that is comp. It's designed for the masses of people that want to sit and play pubs with
Hmm.
fucking thermal LMGs and claymores and whatever the fuck they want to use. Um, Thoughts on Sensor's dad saying that Sensor should be a main player and saying the team blows cock on Instagram.
Bro, I'm fucking like I just seen he's tweeting out saying like he's been playing 14 hours a day,
Yeah.
right, whatever, right? But
But Nicky
because you're
Romero spat on
right,
your
all right,
forehead at London.
yeah, right. Just because you're playing 14 hours a day and you have a million followers, whatever he's got, doesn't like make you entitled. Like everyone's playing any amounts of hours a day. You know what I mean? Like I'm fucking putting in graft. My team's putting in graft. Like all the other teams are putting in time. Like he just must think that he's the only person that like puts in time into
Mm.
playing. Like just not the case. I get it. He has a YouTube to run. He has a fucking brand to run, and he probably does well to fit in that many hours if it's not gas, which it probably is.
Yeah.
But it doesn't just because he's doing that, just because he's juggling things, doesn't make him entitled. Like
No, I agree. I
not
agree.
that he's not that good at COD.
No,
He's
he's
just
not.
not.
He's
And
not.
it's fair play that he's trying to improve, but just because he's doing that doesn't like can't just sit around and say, "Oh yeah, I deserve a spot." All right, just because that New York team are struggling and they've dropped Trey by the looks of things, like doesn't mean that he's just like does he not know that he was picked up because he's got a million followers? Like
That's the only. Yeah, we all knew that.
he cannot be delusional enough to think that he would have got picked up
Yeah,
if he had like 5K
mate. But when
followers.
it's costing $25 million for a fucking league slot, believe me, I'm going to pick up someone that's going to pull some money back in through merchandise sales or whatever it takes. Do you know what I mean? And if you've got a million people I can reach out to make
Yeah.
money off merchandise or whatever it is, and I can use that avenue, then I'm going to use it.
I just feel like he's either really delusional to the point where he believes in what he's saying, or he's worked out that like the way he runs his brand about like determination, hard work,
Mm-hmm.
and all that, like he can't sit and say, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna sit on the bench here."
Yeah,
Is
I
that
know what you
like
mean.
as a person, like as his whole persona, that kind of like is a bit like makes him a bit of a hypocrite.
Mm. See, I agree. I'd have agreed with the way he feels until Nicky Romero literally spat on him 3 or 4 times, and then that was enough for me to know that he needs to stop playing cards altogether. Mate, how are you gonna let Nicky fucking
He actually
Romero?
got domed, did he? He
Yeah,
got
mate,
domed too
how
much,
are you
bro.
gonna let Nicky Romero fucking literally ruin your life? You've sat on
I love
Twitter.
Dylan after that as well, man.
Nicky could go pro with Sensors playing pro. That absolutely fucking killed me. I asked him about it when he came on, man. It was just, I think that was one of my favourite parts of the weekend.
Yeah.
Um,
I had to say straight away as well, like fair play to Dill. He's just came off a 6-5 loss last map and jumped on that stage.
yeah,
I don't know
I
how
know.
he done that. I don't know how he done that.
Yeah, neither do I. No, Topper, I'm not, bro. As far as I'm aware, I'm actually all clean. I've just checked. I'm not gonna lie, Steve. That's all my questions for you, Matt. I know you want to go and watch the second
All
half
the
of the team
question.
game.
Yeah. I need to see the score.
I haven't looked, Matt. I haven't even checked.
Who do you support? It's not West Brom, is it?
Nah, fucking. Well, God,
Alright.
nah, United. I'm a United fan. I was raised in a United
Nil
household,
nil.
so yeah, 0-0. You a
I need
Toon
a
fan?
pint after that, man. My mouth's dry as fuck.
Sorry, mate. Are you a Toon fan?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had a season ticket for 10 years, but I packed it in this year just because I didn't think I was going to be around much, but I've actually been around a decent more. And actually, a good job I didn't because all the 2Ks
Yeah.
were on a Saturday, so.
Yeah. I feel yeah. Right, mate. I'm gonna let you crack on with your evening. I'm very grateful for coming on.
No bother.
Again, big fucking congratulations on Paris. Like that's crazy. You know what I mean? You fucking
Yeah, it
beat
was
you.
good.
So
I'm happy with that.
hopefully not the last one of the year. Hopefully there's a few more to come. I hope you and the boys get some good practice in and get the avenues that you need opened. So all the best for the rest of the year, mate. Stream, thanks for tuning in. Adios.